Flavor is a very multimodal type sensation where you're looking at multiple inputs that are going to understanding how you're responding to those foods. And you have inputs going to the tongue, the nose, you might perceive thousands of different compounds. At the same time, you have heat cooling going on, different textural properties. All these sort of inputs go to the mind and give you, if you will, an overall acceptability. If you go to any restaurant, you're out on Friday night and you're with your family at a restaurant, they have healthy selections. Look around and see how many people are eating them, because they're going to be driven towards things that they're going to enjoy. And I think if you're going to make something that's healthy, you really have to also try to build in an acceptability part, that they enjoy it when they're eating it. What I can tell you from talking with companies is they would like to produce healthier foods that are more acceptable, but it's very challenging to do so. There's not a lot of information out there of how they would accomplish that. The open innovation model is a key attribute of the center. What it does, it brings a lot of the major companies from around the world together to solve common problems. Historically, what we've done with flavor is we've tried to take food and break it down into individual compounds and look at, yes, this compound is responding to my tongue or is responding to my nose. What the omics approach tries to do is look at all the combinations of possible stimuli that are there, or flavor compounds that might be existing, and look for how patterns between foods might be related to the overall sensation. If you go around to processors and ask them what is related to the acceptability of their bread, what they'll tell you in a whole grain product is that they believe it's the flour. And what we were able to show them was that it really is not just about the flour, it's also about processing. So if a company wanted to have a reduced sugar product, they'd have to think about what's bitter, and then how might they control that during processing. You know, the idea that processed food is a negative is not entirely accurate from a food science perspective, because think about coffee, you think about bread. All these things are baked, processed, fermented. They all generate desirability. For us to understand that at a better level just allows us to do a better job of making sure people are eating what they should be eating as well. One of the things that, of course, I try to do with my children is have them eat whole grain foods. Well, that's a nice concept, but when I give them whole grain foods, they're cutting up the crust, they're eating around it. So I think there is an important aspect there to think about what they're rejecting and why, and having science that drives that forward to me is a very positive contribution towards society and what we should be doing as a population, using factual information to try and move the system to a more positive space.